Hello, 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 hello. Wherever you are on this thought-provoking planet called Earth, I hope you are having a peaceful day, evening, or night, wherever you happen to be located. Today, on my Blender channel, I'm still going to be talking about nodes. In this case, I'm going to be talking about using a blur node. And I want to tell you this, I'm new to nodes. So I'm learning like you. But I figured since I'm learning, might as well make a little video if I can. So I won't forget in the coming months or years on how to use a node. So let me open up my little figure. Wrong screen. So here's my figure of Praying Mantis. Let me go to the compositor mode. So I already have my composite already set up. Let me go to render so I can see it right down here in my image view. Let me go up here to render image. Okay, it's rendered. Alright, there it is. We see it. So I said I want to deal with the blur node today. Let me check out something on my in case I want to read some information about it. So let me zoom in a little bit. Let me spread it open, spread it apart some. You go to A, or you can hit Shift A. I want to go down to filter, and I want to choose blur. Now I'm gonna zoom right into the blur, because that's all I'm focusing on today. Blur. And I'm going to bring in a viewer node too, so I can see it on the background. Because I discovered the viewer, when you're watching from the viewer, it does upload faster than this image editor screen that I have down here. So let me add my viewer node. Add output viewer. Let me hit the letter V. When you have the viewer node on to zoom out, you have to put V. To zoom in is Alt V. So if you're using the viewer node, you hit V to zoom in and Alt V to zoom out. So that's good. But let me adjust. Okay, good. I can spread some of these nodes around too, since I don't need these. I got the viewer, my main primary. Let me bring all these out. My main thing is just this blur node. Now the blur node has a lot of different modes to it. We'll say Gaussian at. I guess that's a standard one. That's the one people probably use a lot. Is go with flat, tint, quadratic, cubic, Gaussian, fast Gaussian, Catron, pitch. I'm just gonna stay with the default one today. You can play around with it, because if I go to all of them, it probably take an hour to make this video, and I don't like to take an hour. So let me read from exactly the Blender website. It said Gaussian gives the best looking results but tends to be the slowest. So Gaussian is slowest. So, but I'm going to still leave it there. Fast Gaussian. I'll go into each of the options. An approximation of the Gaussian. Catmull ROM. Catmull ROM keeps the sharp contrast edges crisp. So I may go with that one. Mitch. Preserve the highs but give an almost out of focus blur while smoothing sharp edges. Okay, so variable size. Let me go back and see this. They don't have variable size on here. Variable size right here. So what it say for variable size? Variable size allows a variable blur radius if the size input is an image. No, it's not an image. It's coming from the render. Bokeh. The bokeh button will force the blur node to use a circular blur filter. This gives higher quality results, but is slower than using a normal filter. So one thing I'm doing, people, I'm not messing around with the nodes. It may be best to go to that Blender website and read about the nodes like I'm doing. Gamma. The gamma button applies a gamma correction on the image before blurring it. So let me click on the gamma. Let me go back and see what happened. Blender. I'm gonna click on gamma. But I know why, because I didn't choose no X and Y yet. But I'm gonna keep reading this. I'll come back. Let me keep reading it. Relative. Percentage value of the blur radius relative to the image size. Aspect correction, none, Y, X, and X, Y values. We already saw that. Those are straightforward. Here are my X, Y values. Here's the image, and here's the size. What does the size do? Okay. It's not saying about the size, but okay. So let's start messing around with it, and let's see what happens. I'm going to give my X a value of 15. Oops. That's too big. 15. Okay, it's getting blurred. And I'm going to give my Y value a number of 15. So when I hit X, is blurring on the X axis, and Y blurs it on the Y. Okay, it looks blurry. I'm going to go up to like something, a bigger number. I'm going to go up to 60. 60 on the X. Okay, yeah, that's a lot of blur. 60 on the Y. Now I got it on Gaussian. I'm going to use flat. Okay, that's flat. Makes it look more tint. Okay, it's coming down. Quadratic. Okay. Cubic. I had it on Gaussian. Fast Gaussian. Wow, it looks even more blurry. Catron. Oh, it's outlining with them blue things. I gotta experiment. I gotta find out what the blue things is. Maybe because I don't have no particular background image. That could be why. Let me go to Mitch. Let me go to size. I'm gonna try 5/10. Okay, so when you do the size, that affects the amount of blur. I'm gonna go down to 1/10. Okay, good. And if I go to 0, I probably don't have no blur. Yes, 0 give you no blur. So I guess the main thing is might be the size. Let me choose 20 if I can do the 20. Okay. Okay, I guess 20 is out of the range. Okay, that is doing something. Okay, yeah, see 20. I guess it just make the image that one color. Yeah, and as I told you all, see, my viewer node is changing faster than the image node. But I just like to look at the image to see it from the render. So, in the image, my image editor part may take some time. Oh, so it's adjusted. But you see, viewer node give you faster results. So let me take it back down. So when I took it up to 20, it made the whole thing that dominant color. I'm going to take it down to 3. Oh, that's, see, okay. It's still got them purple lines. I have to investigate that. I'm going to take it down to 2 now. 0.7. So, that's it, my good people. It was a simple lesson on the blur node. And I want to see while I'm doing these nodes, if possible, I like to do one node at a time. On so many websites, especially on YouTube, when they're showing how to do these nodes, they don't show you how to the effect of one node. They put a spaghetti or a smorgasbord of nodes together, and you don't have no idea what's going on. For my channel, I want to do one node at a time, if possible. Now, when I do the mixed nodes, you have to use 2 of them. But by then, I'll be familiar with other nodes, and then I can use the mixed nodes. All right, thank you for stopping by, good people. Keep blendering. Don't stop. You see, I do not stop. And I'm over 40 years old. I'm over 40. Peace.